Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the video. My name is Saumil Shah, and in this video, I'll be teaching you essentially for beginners how to create a data lake on AWS S3, how to partition a data lake, how to query your data lake using Athena via Glue Crawler. We'll take a look at a tool called AWS Lake Formation, which essentially wraps around all these things, which helps us to create data lake much more faster, which allows us to add filters, permissions, role, encryptions, and lot more. But in this video, I'll keep things very basic and general. I don't want to make it a long video, but let's get started with this video. Hi everyone, my name is Saumil Shah. I completed my bachelor's in electronic engineering and double masters in electrical and computer. This short presentation, I would love to walk you over the AWS Lake Formation and essentially how to create the data lake. But before we do, the lab, I do want to consider the theory, and I do have a small, beautiful lab. I have a code as well ready for you. Everything would be there in the description, so don't worry. But for now, let's just go with the theory. AWS Lake Formation is a service that makes it easy to set up secure data lake in days. A data lake is a centralized, curated, and secured repository that stores all your data both in origin form and prepared for analysis. A data lake lets you break down data silos in combined in different types of analytics to gain insight and guide better the business decision. Setting up and managing data lakes today involves a lot of manual and complicated and time consuming tasks. This work includes loading data from delivered sources, monitoring those data flow, setting up partitions, turning on encryption and managing keys, defining transformation jobs and monitoring their operation, reorganizing data into the column format, deduplication, redundant data, and matching link records. Once the data has been loaded into data lakes, you need to grant fine-grained access to the data set and audit access over the time across a wide range of analytics and machine learning tools and services. Creating a data lake with a lake formation is as simple as defining a data source and what access and security policies you want to apply to the lake formation. Then it helps you to collect and catalog data from databases, object storage, and move the data into a new Amazon Simple Storage, which is something but S3. Clean and classify your data using ML. If you want to apply that, you could do all of that stuff. But essentially, in layman language, in very easy terms, what I would say, lake formation is a wrapper around which helps you. So first of all, you have to create a glue crawler. You crawl over it, then you query via Athena. So all those steps are done from lake formation now. It allows you to do every single action on your lake. So it's essentially a wrapper, right? This is what I would conclude. Benefits: build data lakes quickly, simply, security, you can manage your security as well, provide self-service access to data. These are the references. I have taken this from the official Amazon website. But now it's time for demo, guys. Okay, so the first thing that I want to teach you over here is, let's go to AWS and let's head over to IAM. First of all, we need to create a user, and then I'll show you how to create a simple data lake, how to query the data, and do all of that. So over here on the user section, I already have a user, but we'll click on new user. Once you click on the new user tab, then what we need to do is essentially enter a name here. I'm going to say YouTube because I'm doing it for the YouTube tutorials. So we'll keep this up, click on next. We'll give it an admin rights right now because I just don't want to deal with the access thing. So yeah, copy this access key and a secret key here and then click on close button. Step 1 is done. Step 2, you need to create a AWS S3 folder. So now there is a format in which we need to create, or we need to partition the data in order for the glue crawler to understand those partition. I'll show you what AWS recommends, but before that, let me just quickly show you. I have a bucket here called Saumil Shah Dev Bucket. If you don't have, click on create bucket and essentially create a bucket. After your bucket is created, if you see, I have a couple of JSON file, and let me show you the script first before we go to the structure. Remember, in the data lake, whenever you want to do any sort of data lake, and I'm going to show you in Notepad, first of all, the partition. Now, usually, we have, this is how most of the people do: folder, then you have a year, for example, 2020, let's say month, the day, and then you have some file.json, right? This is great. If you do this structure, guys, AWS Glue won't be able to recognize your partition. And when you're querying this in Athena, you're like, it's not working and this and that, which is why I said we need to do this now. According to the documentation provided by AWS, they say if you wanna do partitions, so folder, then you have to use the keyword arguments here. This is what AWS is recommending. And I'll show you in a second. Let's put 10. And then essentially you can provide your file name. Usually the file name follows the same thing. This is what the set industry standard practice one, and then you will have a random GUID.json. Okay, so this is how you need to partition your data lake. So if I go to Amazon S3 and I show you, I have a reports folder. Then I have a year equal to, and then the year number. If you just provide 2020, then it's hard for the glue crawler to understand the partitions. But so you can see month, then you have a day, and then you have the files, right? This is how I've partitioned my data. Now, I have a simple, very script. Don't worry, I'm gonna change the access key and on stuff, so don't worry about that. What this essentially Python script does is essentially it creates those partitions on AWS. So on a high level, I have a simple class called AWS S3, which has all the item, get item, put files and everything like that. Then I created a wrapper class called data lake, which inherits from AWS S3. And this is where I implemented my data lake logic. So essentially, as you can see, I'm overriding the base class constructor. Then this takes a base folder name and upload data lake. So what is this? It takes a JSON data, a year, a month, and a day. If you provide a year, month, and day, it would use your one. If you do not provide, it would use the current one. So as you can see, if year, month, and day is not equal to none, that means if the user provided, as you can see, this is the file name that I'm creating. That is a year, month, day, and the unique GUID. And the S3 path is like the base folder. Then year is equal to, month is equal to, day is equal to, and followed by the file name, which is a unique GUID. And then I simply do a put files. This takes a JSON data and a key. So that does. But if you do not provide a year, month, day, then this would take the current datetime object and it would essentially do the job. So this wrapper class makes it so easy to upload data. Then I have a fake data generator that generates fake data about a person. This returns the name, address, city, and state. Now all I'm doing here is essentially calling that fake data generator, getting essentially the data, creating an instance of a data lake class, and essentially providing the year, month, and day. I did that couple of times, and by changing these values, for example, I would do 1. And after doing this, my data would be there in the data lake. So let me quickly run this. So I did it multiple times for different year, for different month, for different day. You could set up a random, you could create a unique list and randomly select the year, month, and day. So what this would do, as you can see, this ran successfully. So this would upload that record on the data lake. So now, as you can see in the data lake, we have this, right? So now let's try to understand the lake formation and how to use this. So now, in order to query this data, let's head over to the lake formation. And I'm gonna go slow here. So once we understood the partition, assuming that the partition is done in the right way, then we can head over to something called lake formation. And this is a very, very, very beginner tutorial. So as I said, so the first thing you want to do is create a database. So we'll say sample DB. Okay, so and then what you have to do is essentially you need to select the location. In this case, my location would be the dev bucket. I want to crawl over the reports folder. So I've selected that and I'm gonna create my database. So at this point, my database is ready, as you can see. But I do not have any tables for sample DB, right? So as you can see in the table, I don't have anything. So I am gonna create one. So let's do that. In order to do that, you need something called a catalog, which has, we need to crawl over that data, right? So what we will do is we'll click on this button, create table using a crawler. This is essentially a glue crawler. They are just redirecting to the glue console now. So let's put a name, let's say sample crawl. We'll click on sample crawl, data store, all folders, leave this to S3. And over here, we want the crawler to crawl over the reports folder. Okay, click select, next, yes. Choose an existing role. I already have one. If you don't, okay, this one now we'll click sample DB and ttbl underscore. I'll add this alias, so just in case. We click on next. The crawler is ready. At this point, the second step is ready. Now, if you go to the lake formation and if you try to refresh, you should see a crawler. Not right now. Oh, this is tables. But once you run the crawler over here, you should see those table populating. So sample crawl over here. I'm gonna run the crawler. This might take a couple of minutes, so kindly be a little bit patient. Once the crawler is complete, it would essentially crawl over your Metastore, which is nothing but S3. If you haven't partitioned your data correctly, which as I said, the keyword and the value, space, special characters are not, AWS recommends not to use special characters in your partition name. So do take a look at those, some of the documentation, as I said. So, but my job here is to give you an overall high level picture. So if you need to learn more, you can go into depth reading documentation and learn more. So it's starting. This might take a couple of seconds. So let's try to be a little patient here. I will share those resources and the links with you. I have been reading, as you know, blogs, some YouTube channel. So this, I have learned this also from somewhere, right? By reading, by watching, right? So I'm essentially just transferring the knowledge now back to you guys. So let's wait for this to complete. Might take a while. Okay, so almost there. Here it should say one table added. Hopefully, if everything went right, then they should click on one table added. Almost there. All right, one table added. Let's move to the lake formation, refresh here. Now you should see TTBL report. So as you can see, the crawler essentially made a table now. Now this allows us beautifully to essentially query this data via Athena. Now, you will go to Athena and all that, but essentially these people, they have given everything. AWS is trying to make things very, very easy. And I just have to figure out where was the option. I think when you click view data, it redirects you to directly Athena. So yeah, I was right. Yeah, it essentially redirects you to Athena now. So I'm here over here. Now this wouldn't work. Now what you gotta do, let's go to sample DB and you can see this table. First of all, you need to essentially do load partition. You have to load the partitions first and you'll run it. It might take a couple of seconds or minute. So now that's done. After you've done that, then click on preview table. And there you go, guys. Here is your data lake. Here is your data. Now these are your partitions, year, month and day. Now over here I can come here and simply use a where clause and say, hey, for example, where the year is 2020, I'm just gonna copy this in this one and show you quickly. Where the year is 2021, you run it, this would only filter out and give you all the records in the year 2021. Beautiful, right? I hope you have enjoyed this entire walkthrough about lake formation, Glue, Athena, AWS S3. What I'll do is I'll leave the script also in the description, so that way anyone who wants to use this, I already have written these classes, right? So things becomes much more easier for you. Thank you so much for joining in today. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you did enjoy this small tutorial, do let me know in the comment section below. And as usual, guys, keep smiling, keep programming, keep learning, and I would see you guys in the upcoming next video.